Whenever I get sick of waiting for spring, I just think of Mom and Dad's garden. My parents' names were Ede and Gerald, so Mom nicknamed their garden the Garden of Ede and Gerald. And I might be a little bit biased, but I think it's the most beautiful garden I've ever seen. And Mom and Dad just love giving people tours and sharing their garden with others.
Hey, OJ and Deb here.
And Superstar Raven.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to Coffee Walks and Whatever.
We're just two old fogies living the dream
and sharing our retired life. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day and you're staying caffeinated, because that's the most important thing, is to stay caffeinated. So, we're getting close to spring. We've had some puddles. So which puddles bring is thoughts of spring and planting, and so we're trying to come up with where we're going to plant this and where we're going to plant that, and we're going to try to get some perennials in. And so that brings us all back to her mom and dad's, the Garden of Eden.
Eden Gerald.
I always call it the Garden of Eden. And all the perennials that they had. Her dad used to say if one gladioli was good, then 500 was better. But, yeah, we're not going to get that carried away, I don't think, anyway.
But it is good inspiration.
It is good inspiration, and we might go back and have a look out there, see if we can find some more perennials.
Yes, unfortunately, the garden is long gone.
It's overgrown by grass and weeds and stuff.
Mom and Dad left the farm in 2009, but we did go out there a couple of years. Well, we've been out there a couple of times, and there is one video, I think, called Garden Memories, and
it was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2 years ago this summer.
Yeah, and I was shocked at the perennials that are still out there, and some of them have just kind of overtaken areas. So yeah. It is beautiful.
And on that note, let's take a walk through the garden.
The way it used to be.
The way it used to be, yes.
My parents had a beautiful garden filled with various flowering shrubs and perennials. It changed with the seasons, from the soft greens of spring to the brilliant colors of summer, then the muted shades of autumn. I never tired of spending time strolling through the garden. I could never pick a favorite flower. I loved the perfectly curled petals of a dahlia formed into a pom-pom, the towering blue spires of delphiniums, and the soft silvery green leaves of lamb's ears, each so beautiful and yet so different. And there's nothing like the soft scent of roses on a breeze or the fragrance of a lilac as you pass by. As I walked through the garden, it occurred to me that God must be fond of flowers too. After all, he chose a garden to be the first home, and later, Jesus is referred to as the lily of the valleys and the rose of Sharon. Song of Solomon 2:1 and 2 says, I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. As the lily among the thorns, so is my love among the daughters. I thought of how flowers appear so fragile and easily broken, and yet each spring they reappear, springing forth with new life. Then my thoughts turned to eternity. If we can grow such beautiful flowers here on this fallen earth, how gorgeous will the flowers be in the holy city, New Jerusalem? I truly can't imagine a mansion without a garden. And a garden planted by God, what an awesome, breathtaking thought. While touring my parents' garden, I'd hear people say, it's a little piece of heaven. Although my parents' garden was as beautiful as any I've seen on earth, I'm certain it doesn't come close to what God has prepared for us, where we will live forever with our precious Savior, the lily of the valleys and the rose of Sharon. I can't wait to take a stroll through God's garden. No, nothing can compare. A garden filled with lilies in every shade and hue, a field of fragrant roses, fresh with morning dew, a little glimpse of heaven, we're tempted to declare, but God has his own garden and nothing can compare. the lily of the valleys that bloomed among the thorns, the precious rose of Sharon, petals crushed and torn, a blossom sent from heaven to die then reappear, now blooms in God's own garden, and nothing can compare. No, nothing can compare with the garden God's prepared, where the lily blooms forever and the rose scent fills the air. No, nothing can compare with the garden we will share as we stroll between our mansions in that city bright and fair. How I long to see my Savior, for nothing can compare.
Hope you enjoyed our little walk through the garden. Hopefully we give you some inspiration to plant some stuff in your own yard. Maybe you've got some ideas what we could plant in our own. Let us know in the comments.
I have lots of ideas.
I know. I'm getting tired just thinking of all the ideas. So we've been looking at Pinterest and stuff. And oh yes,
Watching videos. Yeah.
Building this, building that. Yeah, okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.